Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'll let some people get in here, you know what I mean? We're gonna talk about what's good, y'all. What's good, everybody? Get them likes up, get them likes up, you heard? Get them likes up. Get them likes up, get them likes up. About to have a conversation, y'all. How's everybody doing today? Salute, salute. Alright, man. How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We tuned in, we tuned in. It's my first YouTube live, so pardon me with the adjustments and everything like that. But we here today for another revealing of the NBA script and how it happens so often, and how we've been able to predict these games and these outcomes by using the work of gematria. It's a practice of coding numbers into letters, and it is all the evidence you need to further prove the scripting of these professional sports. So today, for example, on my Patreon, I gave out the play of the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks to win, and it was the lock of the night. There was no need to look at any other games. There was no need to try and stretch a parlay or try to reach for another game. This was the lock of the night, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why exactly it was the lock of the night. And as all my patrons know, because they've already cashed out on an amazing night. So with a game like tonight, the Atlanta Hawks, they were a little bit high favorite for what I'm normally comfortable with. I believe they were around like a 175, a 180 favorite, which is kind of high, but on a 3-game slate, sometimes you have to pick your poison. So tonight was definitely the lock of the night. Was the Atlanta Hawks money line, the Atlanta Hawks to win. Now, what I advised all my patrons on prior to the game was that if you were not comfortable with this money line price, you will definitely have an opportunity in the game to bet this live to get a more favorable price in the live betting, which is another way that people they can manipulate favorable lines. This is something that I teach and something that I talk about to my patrons on my Twitch channel, and now I'm bringing it to YouTube because a lot of people have been using this practice to take advantage of maybe not a not so friendly line at the beginning of the game, but jumping in kind of like a stock market play. You catch it, as a high benefit, a plus factor during the middle of the game. So let me do a little screen sharing for you guys today, so we can talk about it. So as you can see today, I did another play on the numbers. I uploaded this post at 5:05, aka 55 to 55, If you watch my previous video yesterday, I was talking about the 55 connected to Vanessa Bryant. Her birthday is May 5th, 5/5, as well as the Boule equals 55 and 26. So this is the reason why I uploaded it today on 505, aka 55. You know, kind of playing around with the numbers. But back to what we talked about in the Patreon today. So the play of the day was the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks win money line. Atlanta with the win today became 9-8 on the season, like 98. They were playing the Clippers. Clippers equal 98. Okay, so with the win today, Atlanta became 9-8 on the season. That is not all. Atlanta was 4-3 at home coming into this game. 4-3. They became 5-3 for the season. As you can see, Clippers equals 53. We also have Los Angeles equals 53. So Atlanta became 5-3 at home with the win. We also have the Clippers. The Clippers came into today 5-2 on the road, 5-2 away record. Like I just explained, Clippers equals 53. Los Angeles equals 53. You know, another joke. And 53 is the 16th prime. For all you guys that are not aware, 53, 16 prime. We pay attention to prime numbers. Why that's important is because the Clippers' next game, the very next game, is on the road against the Heat. Heat equals 16. So how convenient that the Clippers now have an away record of 5-3, like 53, the 16th prime, going up against the Heat in the very next game. We also had, I also made my patrons aware of that the Los Angeles Clippers are playing the Heat tomorrow. I'm sorry, on the 28th, January 28th, which has a 16-date numerology. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 8 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 2 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So how convenient that the Clippers will now be 5-3 on the away record, like 53, the 16 prime, playing against the Heat equals 16 on a 16-date numerology. Also, something else that was very convenient was the Atlanta coach, Lloyd Pierce. His next win was the 58th of his career. Now we are on Kobe Bryant's death day today. Kobe Bryant equals 58. How convenient Lloyd Pierce picks up his 58th win on Kobe Bryant's anniversary day. This is a Kobe Bryant ritual that happened today. This is why this was the lock of the night. Now let's take it a step further. The Los Angeles. Oh, okay. So Lloyd Pierce, the coach of the Atlanta Hawks, he is currently on. This is the funniest thing. Currently on 108 career losses. Right. Let me just show you guys this again. 108 career losses. Okay. Why that's convenient is the Los Angeles Clippers equals 108. He stayed on 108 losses going against the Clippers. Okay, and now let's see how many points they scored. 108 points to beat the Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers, 108 points to beat the 108 team, while the coach, Lloyd Pierce, stays on 108 losses. So is this a coincidence? I think not, guys. I think not. This is why we follow Gematria, because it takes us to the promised land. The promised land. The Los Angeles Clippers became 13-5 on this season, like 135. Now, why that's interesting is Kobe Bryant equals 135, like 13-5 that the Clippers fell to. All so easy to see. The lock of the night. There was no reason to chase another game. Now, I explained to my patrons who weren't comfortable with the minus 170, minus 180, 190 price prior to the game, that there would be an opportunity in game to jump on a live bet and hopefully get a favorable price. Okay, so we see that the Clippers, because we study game flow too, the Clippers, I believe they fell down 7 points in this game. 7 points was their largest deficit. So Let me see, because I pretty much paid attention to this game. Let's see. Okay, so this was their largest deficit. The Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks were trailing 48-41 in the second quarter. This presented a plus 140, plus 150 opportunity for every single one of my patrons and every single patron that paid attention to what I left in the notes today, which would be, if you are not comfortable with the 170, 180 price, you can take a seat, watch the game, and there will be an opportunity for you to get a plus price in this game. And that's what happened. 48-41, the Clippers lead, and it presented a plus 140, plus 150 opportunity for all
Pro Extra is the Home Depot's loyalty program built just for pros. Members earn rewards like Tool Rental Center credit or Pro Extra dollars with every purchase. Plus, they get members-only offers.
Pardon the commercials, it's retarded. But like I said, it provided a plus 140, plus 150 opportunity. And why this also was the lock of the night was today is January 26th, the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death date, 126. We got Gianna Bryant equals 126, like I explained in my previous video, right? But look what also equals 126. Trae Young. Do you think he was going to lose on his day, on the 126, on the day of Kobe Bryant passing away and Gigi Bryant, Gianna Bryant passing away, her favorite player? Trae Young? No. Let's see what else. What other tribute they had today? Trae Young. How many points did he have? Trae Young scores 38 points to lead the Hawks past the depleted Clippers, right? Now, I spoke about this number yesterday and why it's so important. Kobe Bryant buried on the 38th day of the year, February 7th, right? 2/7. Pay attention, 2/7. Death equals 38. Trae Young in the Kobe Bryant ritual game scores 38 points. Mr. 126, paying homage to Kobe Bryant on 126, scores 38 points for the exact Kobe Bryant ritual we were looking for. Trae Young equals 126. 38 points to lead his team to victory. Now, why that's interesting, the 38th day of the year, 2/7, February 7th, look how many points they scored. 99 plus 108 is 207 points. In numerology, a zero has no value, so you remove the zero. 207 becomes 27, the ritual number. I've been preaching this number to you guys for how long? Ritual number 27 in the purest cipher. They scored 207 points, aka 27 in the Kobe Bryant ritual. It cannot get any more clear than that. You know, I welcome anybody to drop a comment or drop another coincidence theory. This is so far from a coincidence. It has nothing to do with coincidences, and you know, this is obvious evidence of an NBA script revealed, and I'm just glad I could bring this to you guys because, you know, this is just yet another example. People want more and more examples. And this is what I'm bringing to you guys, another example of a NBA script revealed. 38 points by Mr. 126 on 126, paying homage to Kobe Bryant and his death, and Gianna Bryant. So this is another NBA script revealed by Mr.Futures. I just wanted to bring that to you guys because, you know, there's going to be more examples. We're going to be able to keep you know, bringing them to you. But this is another perfect day for anybody who follows the Patreon. We had this play and this play only. I also gave out an additional hockey play, you know, to a couple people who inquired to me about it, just so you guys can see. Hockey is, you know, it's not a sport I focus on, but, you know, I check it occasionally to see the low-hanging fruit, as you can see. And sometimes you do get the low-hanging fruit. And that's what happened today. Let me bring up this game. So this was the game that I not only bet, but I also put a couple people on that inquired to me about this. You know, people do take advantage. I have my mobile number posted as well as my Instagram. People DM me and ask me questions. So just so you guys can see, we have the New York Islanders came into this game 3-2. And the Washington Capitals were 3 and there were 3 wins and they had 3 losses in overtime, so it was 3-0 and 3. Now, anybody who follows Gematria, anybody who follows my Patreon, they know about New York and 33. This is a solid number that always hits with New York teams. New York and 33. So the Islanders, with a loss, became 3-3 against Washington Capitals, who their home is Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. equals 137, the 33rd prime number. How convenient that a New York team, the New York team, 33, becomes 3-3 in Washington, D.C., the 137 Washington, D.C., which is the 33rd prime number. So, yet another example across two different sports, NBA and NHL. Perfect night for Mr. Futures, perfect night for Victor, and for all my patrons who followed our suit on what we said. We like to give out great information, and we focus on what we see as winners. We also do not, we do not mislead people. This is not a scam. I'm on YouTube right now showing my work live so people are able to see it. My Twitch link will be in the description, as well as my Patreon link. For anybody who wants to follow, for anybody who wants to join the community, we welcome them. Especially in the times like this with COVID and this pandemic that's going on, you never know when you can use some extra money. So learning this practice it is the key to financial freedom. It is the key to kind of leaving the system and trying to build something up by yourself. So I encourage everybody to do that. And, that's basically it for the lock of the day. The lock of the day. And it absolutely was that, the lock of the day. Let me see what's going on. So this is my first stream, so I'm not really sure how to see like the comments or anything like that. But yeah, man, if anybody has any questions, I'm actually gonna do another live where I'll provide my number. But yeah, this is what I wanted to do, and yeah, another great example. Thank you guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, repost, share. I appreciate everybody. Have a good one.